to Tactical T-Rex. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I have to go to the dollar store to get the things that we need for our episode. I'm wearing a disguise because people might get upset to see a T-Rex in the dollar store. I'll let you know how that worked out when I get back there, little T-Rexes. Alright, little T-Rexes, that worked like a charm. Nobody suspected a thing. No T-Rex in the dollar store, no siree. Just the ghost of Elvis. Nothing to be concerned about. Today, we're going to put together a survival kit that you can keep in your book bag at school. Come on a little closer, and we'll get started. Whoa, look at all this cool stuff. You know, I like getting things at the dollar store because I don't really want to spend a lot of money on things that I hope I'm never going to use. I mean, if all goes well, our survival kits will just sit there and sit there and sit there and we'll never need them. But it's nice to have these things at hand if we do. Let's look at each one of them. Now, our first item is probably the most important. Everybody knows that we're not allowed to have knives in school, and for good reason. So we can't very well be walking around with our Swiss Army knife in our pocket all the time. This tool allows us to do a lot of the things that the Swiss Army knife does. You see right here, we have a cutting edge for strings or opening things. Here, we have a pointy edge with a hook. That'll work very well as a can opener. We have also a saw edge here that'll let us cut through some things. And look, here's a little edge for a screwdriver. We also have this tab here for a bottle opener. And this part here lets us undo a bolt as long as the bolt will fit through each of these little graduations. This is an important thing to keep and have. In fact, I bought two just so I could put one in my regular survival kit. Check out this magnifier. It's very small and compact. Now, just like a knife, we're not allowed to have matches in school either. But how would we make fire? Well, check this out. You probably have already seen this, but if I use the lens to focus the available light on a point, if that were the sun, it would get really hot, and it would be hot enough to make something burn. So this is a good substitute for matches. This kind of magnifier is also really cool because it comes with a light, and that'll help augment the flashlight that I use. Now these are super cool. Remember how we talked about staying clean is the best way to stay healthy, and in a survival situation it's essential. This little package has 2 small toothbrushes in it, and as I read the package, it said that you don't need any water or any toothpaste at all. You can just go ahead and use them and throw them away. These will work well until you can get yourself home and get your paws on your survival kit. While we're on the subject of staying clean, have you ever seen one of these before? This is called a magic towel. They take a full-size face cloth and they squinch it down into a little package just like that and wrap it up tight. That way it stays nice and small inside the bag. Now if you put this towel in water, it'll expand out and get pretty big. And this will be good for washing your face or keeping yourself clean or anything else that you would want a towel for. They didn't have Spider-Man, so I had to settle for Batman, but that's almost as good. Batman! Now, it wouldn't be a survival kit if we didn't pack some mountain money. You see how I took it off of the roll? That way it'll sit flat. And put it in a sandwich bag so it stays clean and dry. The dollar store also has these small bottles of hand soap. This is good for washing our bodies and keeping ourselves clean. Remember, cleanliness is survival. Do you remember the flashlight that we put in our main survival kit? Well, this one is just like it. Remember, this kind comes from Walmart, and it's also $1, but I like it way better than the flashlights that are available at the dollar store. Remember to store your batteries separately so that they don't drain on you, and it'll be nice and fresh when you need them. Here's something we really need in our survival kit, a candy bar. Now remember, don't eat the candy bar in your book bag survival kit or you won't have it when you need it. You know, when things go bad and you're stuck at school and you find yourself having to get yourself home, it's going to be important that you're alert and thinking and have the energy that you need to get the job done. This candy bar will put something in your stomach until you can get home. Hey, check this out. This is a pretty cool trick. You know, the canteen that we made really isn't very practical to carry around all the time, and a full bottle of water is way too big for our portable kit. But I took a regular water bottle that I was finished with, I squinched all the air out of it, and then put the cap back on, and it'll stay just like this. This will allow you to collect and store available water. One thing though, if you don't think that water source is safe, leave it very much alone. This kit is only meant to get you home if you gotta get home. Now to put it all in, I got this pencil case. A pencil case is really good because it's just the right size and it'll fit in your school bag well, and it looks like it belongs in a school bag. Let's stick it all in there and see how it looks. Well, just look at that. With a little imagination and a whole lot of patience, you can get it all in there, just like that. Your book bag survival kit is an important thing to have at school, or really anywhere you go, when you don't have ready access to your big survival kit. If something bad happens and you gotta go full frontal T-Rex, this is gonna give you the tools to thrive, survive, and help others do the same. You might want to talk to the adults in your life about putting one together to keep in their car or to keep at work, just in case. Do you hear that? That was the eagle, and that means it's time to talk about great Americans. And our great American for today is Benjamin Kaufman. Benjamin Kaufman was born in Buffalo, New York at the turn of the 20th century, and he served in the U.S. Army during the First World War. One night, he was tasked to lead a patrol to take out a machine gun that was stopping the advance of his company. The machine gun saw them first and fired on them, and he got separated from his group. Understanding that the machine gun would hurt his comrades, he took on the machine gun nest all by himself and ended up taking all of the crewmen prisoner and capturing the machine gun. Benjamin Kaufman was a T-Rex because he served his country, he risked his life for his comrades, and he advanced the cause of freedom all over the globe. So let's give Benjamin Kaufman a big T-Rex salute. Salute! Well, that's about the end of our time together today. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Remember, the things that we learned together could save your life or the life of someone that you care about. I also want you to remember that the Almighty loves all the little T-Rexes, and He wants you to survive so that your light doesn't go out of the world. That's especially important when things go bad, because that's when your light is needed the most. The Almighty also wants you to be safe, and so do I. That's why it's best, at least at first, to practice the things that we learn together with the adults in your life. You know, it's a great thing to go to your mom or your dad or your grandma or your grandpa and say, hey, come and get tactical with me. It's a great way to spend some time together, and you can show them that anybody can be a tactical T-Rex. See you next time.
I will never be afraid again. I will keep on fighting till the end. I can walk on water, I can fly. I will keep on fighting till I die.
Tactical T-Rex is a Joel Hine production. Tactical T-Rex is not monetized in any way. Any products or businesses mentioned or shown are because Tactical T-Rex thinks it's cool and or uses it himself. If you do not want your children learning self-sufficiency in times of disaster, the undying love that the Almighty has for them, or how super cool it is to be an American, by all means, don't let them watch it. You're the parents, you know best. Any negative comments will be ignored.